They're like you, but not that way. Okay? Thank you. I'm all scratched today. So a really common question I get is whether or not hens can lay eggs without roosters. And the short answer is yes. They don't need a rooster to lay eggs. It is a common myth. I don't know where it started. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like roosters. I have a lot of roosters, as you can tell, but they're not necessary for the actual laying of the egg. That's a evolutionary process that just happens regardless of whether or not there's a rooster or not. Now, if you want fertilized eggs, for example, if you want to hatch chicks, you're going to need a rooster because that's just how it works. You got to have a rooster if you want to hatch chicks. But for laying eggs, totally not necessary. Did you hear that? You're completely superfluous, even though you're very pretty. We don't need you if we want to just hatch eggs for food. Now, in a lot of ways, it can actually be detrimental to have roosters, or at least have too many roosters. From an evolutionary standpoint, like from a happiness standpoint, I think hens are happier with a rooster. You are bound and determined to ruin my video, aren't you, buddy? This is the worst. He actually never gets a chance with the hens because he's so tiny, and we have other roosters that are larger than him. But he's like a little Napoleon. He thinks he runs the coop. He's pretty funny, actually. But if you have too many, it can cause a lot of stress on the hens, and it can actually make them go off their eggs. So if your overall goal is to raise chickens for eggs, then in a lot of ways, having a rooster is maybe not for you, or maybe not the best idea. We've had some cases on the farm where, because there's been multiple roosters in a coop, it's actually been overwhelming from the hens, and it's actually hurt them. So at this point, in the winter time, we will keep hens and roosters together. When everybody starts to lay again, we actually remove all but one of the roosters in order to ensure that the hens are not injured. What the roosters will do is they might do things like tearing sores in their sides, right? From everybody piling on top of the hen and then clawing her with their feet in the side. Something else that can happen when there's multiple roosters with one hen is it can actually wear away the skin on her stomach, so the feathers, the skin, the whole thing, and expose the organs. This is really, really rare, but it can definitely happen. Now this, of course, is really going to depend on the individual roosters. We have some that are super nice. They will never bother the hens, and they're good protectors. So we know that we can pair those roosters together, and we're not going to end up with a situation where some chicken is getting hurt. We also have roosters where they're 100% not the top of the flock, never going to be, never going to get a chance with the hens, and we can pair those roosters with other roosters that are more alpha roosters. Are you showing us who's boss? You're just looking for food, aren't you, buddy? I wish I had the life of a chicken. All they do is run around and eat. And look for bugs.